right to the end. Pimenta led most of the way in that 1,000 off the start, so look out for him at the start. Adam Varga in lane 5, he won't get out as quickly as the rest, but he'll come through with his long loping style right through to the end, I'm sure, as they're often racing now. And it is Pimenta in lane 9. He's had a very good start, as has Thorben Rusk in lane 7. He's in the blue boat. There's Dostal on the top part of your screen. You'll see him start to sneak his way up as we move into the final 200 meters. I'm sure Escura from Uruguay had a good race as well, but as we look at that shot there, you can throw a blanket over the field at the moment. Maybe lane 4, Spetstev from the AIN. Tom Liebscher-Lutz just sitting back a little bit at the moment. He's from Germany in lane 3. An Olympic gold medalist in the K4, trying his hand at the K1 500. Lane 5, Adam Varga starting to move through the field, as is Graneri from Spain. As we come into the 250 metres, it looks like a race in 3 at the moment, Ross.
Yeah, it really is. Look at lane 5. That is Adam Varga now getting down to business. What an absolute champion he is. Never looks like he's trying too hard, but Adam Varga maybe with his nose in front now from Hungary. Look at Josef Dostal, though, at the top of your screen in lane 1. He's now getting into a very menacing position. It is Dostal on the extreme outside. Maybe in the middle of the field, it's Varga. Where's Pimenta? Is he up there giving a challenge? It's lane 5, it's lane 1. It's Dostal in lane number 1, though. I think he's got his nose in front. It's very hard to tell from this angle, but Josef Dostal, the reigning world champion, trying to hold on. Look at Graneri flying home from Spain, but it's Dostal and Varga. Varga and Dostal. Maybe Varga just finishing the better. Adam Varga from Hungary is going to be close. Oh, I think Adam Varga maybe just held on from Josef Dostal, but I'm not overly confident. Dostal thinks he's got it. But I'm not sure that I share his confidence. I mean, these guys know better than we do. They have a good feel for it when they cross the finish line, but it is so close between Varga and Dostal. Graneri, I think from Spain, took the bronze, but it was so close at the finish there. It's so hard to get a line through that angle. Dostal definitely was in the front there for a little while. Adam Varga lifting towards the end, and it really came down to that lunge at the end. Dostal had a huge lunge for the finish line. Was it enough to get him? Let's have a look here as we look at the... Oh no, Dostal did get it. No wonder he was confident. Josef Dostal just pipping out Adam Varga. What a race that was. Goodness me.
And how's the lunge at the end there? That is a clinical lunge, and often in races like this it does come through for the win, and you can see he's looking across, he's thinking, did I? And yeah, the confidence, I love it. He's a new dad. I'm sure he'll be taking the bling home on the plane to show it off. I know kids love bling. They don't really care what color it is, but I mean, gold is definitely the best one to take home. You can see there he's now questioning it. Did I? I'm not sure we'll have confirmation of the results come up now, and it is Josef Dostal 138.4, 3.09 in front of Varga, and then Alex Graneri from Spain rounding out the podium. But wow, that is some tight racing. 0.09, Ross. There is nothing in that. On any given day, that would swing a different way, I'm sure. And Dostal's come up on the better end. He was 4th yesterday, so he'll be in the K1000, so he'll be very happy to be on the top step today.
Yeah, what a great race. Fernando Pimenta, good run again there. I think he finished just outside the medals. Tom Liebscher-Lutz as well, just outside the medals. It's a pretty quiet look at that. Josef Dostal, he's beating the chest there. Absolutely stoked to be the world champion again. He was world champion back in 2022. 2024 as well, and now the world champion for 2025. What a great result for him, Josef Dostal.
Silver medalist at the Olympic Games in Paris 2024. We do the kick finish to hand the race in the best way possible and to launch the boat through the finish line. The technique to make the best kick shot is to find the right timing. You can actually catch someone in the front and win the race through the kick finish. So on C2, the kick finish is even more complicated, because you have to find the right timing with your partner. In my case, Gabri is gonna call it, and I know that stroke after he calls it, we need to shoot. If you miss the kick finish, it can be a disaster, a total disaster, because you can stop before the finish line, so everybody else just overtake you just at the end on the last stroke, and that's something you really don't want to do. So finding the right timing is the very most important thing about kicking. Very important thing about kicking is do not fall into the water before the finish line. So when you kick the boat, stay on it until you cross the line.
That's pretty good advice, I reckon, Elise, for any young paddler who might be thinking of going out there and trying their hands. Stay in the boat. It's probably seems quite a simple bit of logic to do, but yes, think it through, folks, before you do anything too radical. It is now the men's C2 500. This is an Olympic event, so these are your very, very best in the world. And look at this start list here. We have the AIN Hungary, Brazil, the AIN Spain, China, Italy, Germany, and Lithuania. And gee, I tell you what, the Italians, they look pretty confident this weekend with the home crowd. You think that might give them a little bit of an extra spur here, but it's such a strong field. The Spaniards are always very good. The AIN are fast. Don't discount the Brazilians and the Hungarians. So in lane 1, we have the AIN. In lane 2, we have Hungary. In lane 3, we have Brazil. Then in lane 4, we have the AIN. Petrov, already a gold medalist this weekend, and Ivan Stil, the veteran, the speed machine at the back of that boat. I mean, that is a formidable combination. Then the Spaniards, Marino and Dominguez, bronze medalists from the Olympics last year. They will be out to try and become world champions for the first time. Then the Chinese, Yu and Yu. They'll be going in lane number 6. Then in lane number 7, we have the Olympic silver medalist from Italy. Listen to that crowd, Casadia and Taccini. The crowd here are in full voice for the Italians in this race. They want to see a gold medal. In lane number 8, Pickett and Konrad Robin Schiebner will go second from the top. And then in lane number 9, representing Lithuania, it will be Zastutis and Korobov. So China are the Olympic champions, but not this combination. This is a different Chinese combination to the one which won gold in Paris last year. Bear that in mind. This is going to be an absolute crackerjack race as we are underway.
And it looks like maybe the Spanish team in lane 5 are off to the better of the start. The new look Chinese crew, I'm very interested to see how they go. Like you said, Ross, they were the Olympic champions last year, but there's two different paddlers, the AIN as well in lane 4. They had a phenomenal heat and very exciting prospects, I'm sure, as they start to pull in front now, maybe just a nose ahead of Spain and China. As I call it now, they're your 1, 2 and 3. There's Spain on the screen looking beautiful together as we start to move towards the 250 metre mark, but it is the AIN starting to pull ahead. They're about a boat length in front now, and they're just going to keep on running away with it as we come through to the 250. The rest of the field is pretty tight. China, Spain, the other AIN crew, and maybe Brazil as well.
Yeah, it is Petrov and Stil, the AIN crew out in front. Watch for the Italians. They always finish fast, and they'll be starting to make their move now, but they've got a long way to make up. It is the AIN in front. Hungary maybe now moving into second. Maybe they're the big threat. China look like they're dropping off. The Italians starting to make their way through the field, but have they left it too late? It's the AIN in front. Maybe it is the crew from Hungary moving into second. It's the AIN first. Hungary sitting second at the moment. What a race this has been. AIN holding on. Petrov in the front, still in the back. The AIN is going to take the gold medal, I think. Let's have a look as we come down to the closing stages. China is lifting, but I think it's going to be the AIN, a brave front-running performance there. They'll take the gold. Silver to China. Hungary take the bronze. But that is a very, very impressive race. And another world title for Petrov, who's already got one gold medal in his pocket. And Ivan Stil, the veteran, the speed machine at the back of that boat. That is a very, very strong combination. And to be honest, no surprises there that they were able to take the win. China, I mean, how much depth is there in China, for goodness sake? They bring out 2 new paddlers who weren't even in the Olympics, and they take a silver medal in the World Championships. And I think the Hungarians, maybe up there in lane 2, might have done the job to get the bronze medal. So Spain and Italy both miss out. Let's have a look. Yeah, China got the silver just, and yeah, I think Hungary, they'd be pretty happy with that bronze medal. But that was a very strong performance from our crew from the AIN.
certainly was. You can see just how happy they are to take home the World Championship gold medal, waving to the crowd there. And it was, they led from start to finish there. And I mean, it really looked like once they started to get into their work, about 200 metres in, that's where they really capitalised and started to pull away from the rest of the field. The rest of the field, you couldn't split it too much, so there's confirmation. The AIN are your gold medalists for this year, China and Hungary rounding out the podium. The Brazilians just falling short of that podium in 4th position. So a very exciting race for sure, and good to see Petrov and still back on the scene and showing that they mean business.
Yeah, that's for sure. And they are obviously going to be a very much so a force to be reckoned with over this Olympic cycle, judging by that form today. Of course, we've got a few boats to come back, a few athletes to come back, but that's a good way to start an Olympic cycle to take that gold. All right, now let's look at the men's K2 500. Again, another Olympic event, and this has class all.